Welcome back. Well, as we mentioned earlier, Canada's women's rugby team is one win away from a berth in the World Cup final with Victoria's Sophie de Goede and Caroline Crossley on the squad. The 27-year-old Crossley now has years of experience in international competition, and 10 years ago, former CHEK sports guru Dan Clovis featured Caroline, who at the time was an up-and-coming talent.
If it wasn't for a friend pushing her to try the sport in grade school, Caroline Crossley may have never picked up a rugby ball. But now the 17-year-old is one of the top players in Canada.
I started in elementary school actually because a friend convinced me to come out, and then I started playing in club through Castaway Wanderers and played with BC a couple times, and that's when I started getting a bit more serious about it.
She then got her first taste of international experience as part of the Canadian development team, the Maple Leafs.
It was like a whole different level. It was something I was completely not used to, but it was amazing. It was so much fun, and it was so intense and everything, and the level was so high. Yeah, I got to go to amazing places. It was a great experience.
And just when she thought her rugby career couldn't get any better, she got the call to join the Canadian Sevens team for their series opener in Dubai.
Yeah, I was shocked, but I was super excited and worked really hard to get here and everything, so I was pumped, yeah. It was surreal. I couldn't even believe it was happening at the start. It was crazy, yeah. And then you get used to it eventually, but still seeing them play makes me realize how lucky I am to be able to train with players like that.
At first, competing on the same rugby pitch with players she idolized growing up was a nerve-wracking experience, but the girls made her feel welcome.
Super supportive, always giving me tips and pointers on how to do things and helping me with like getting the game plan and everything. They were great, yeah.
Caroline's dad, Dave Crossley, has a rugby legacy of his own here on the island. The former UVic Vike and Castaway Wanderers player has had a major impact on his daughter's career.
When I was in grade 7, I used to play with the boys, and you're not allowed to after a certain age, so he actually started a girls program at the club I was playing at for me. So it's actually it's a big program now, and it's a whole bunch of age ranges, but without that I wouldn't have been able to play at that time, so it's had a huge impact.
The Olympics in Rio are out of the question, but this rugby protege has her sights set on Tokyo, where she hopes to represent Canada on the world's biggest stage.
Definitely one day, yeah, 2020 would definitely be my goal.
Island Rewind is brought to you by Arbutus RV. Whatever your adventure.